Hello and welcome to Trusted Teachers First Tips video. So we decided to do a series where we look at different areas of teaching practice. So we're going to start with looking at how to build positive relationships with learners. Mr. C, you're joining us.
Yeah,
Why can you tell our viewers why we've chose this as our first topic?
well, I think we both share the same ethos that positive relationships in the classroom builds better learning. Real has a real impact in learning and teaching.
Okay, brilliant. So we're going to use a Google Classroom tool called Google Jamboard. And what we're going to do is we're just going to add some post-it notes to the screen, keep it light, conversational, but put in some of our top tips.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. C, do you want to start us off? What's one of your tips for building positive relationships with learners?
Number one, I think, is get to know your pupils, get to know the students. That got a lot in it there. It's getting to know their names, but it's also getting to know just a little bit about them. Teaching time is teaching time, obviously, but when you're packing up and when they're coming into the room, it's always nice to just say, "Oh, did you do anything interesting at the weekend?" What were you just to find out about their hobbies and their likes. I always think that gives you a wee in to kind of help build positive relationships.
Okay, so I put get to know the students in terms of their names and interests. Yes, so that starts us off.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, the next one I want to put in, I think, is a way to build relationships is admit mistakes. Like if I make an error in a lesson or in a conversation or the way I deal with something, I really make sure that I own up to the mistakes and show pupils that we're human beings.
I think that's really important that the pupils do see us as being human. We're there to help them, we're there to work together, but we're human as well, and the pupils will make mistakes, but we have to own up to it when we make mistakes. I really think they appreciate that, pupils, and I think it has a big impact on them.
Yep, definitely. Have you got another tip you want to share?
Yeah, I've got kind of lots, I suppose. I think just building positive relationships, just the meat and bread of teaching is just having regular routines, regular classroom management, just regular routines and classroom management. I think goes a long way. You have to have that in place first before you can go the extra mile and get to know them a wee bit. So start with the basics: good classroom management, regular routines. I think that's kind of a good starting point when we come to build positive relationships.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think the big, massive thing is consistency. So being consistent in how you deal with different pupils, how you deal with situations, and basically showing that there's no favourites and everyone's getting treated in the same manner.
Yeah, definitely.
So how would I word that one?
I think people hate it when they see kind of favoritism. So yeah, making sure that you treat everybody the same. Consistency, yeah, that's the key word there.
Okay, so there's another one added. So we've got a few in there already. Let's try and add a few more. Else have you got, Mr. C?
I think some of the extracurricular things that go on within schools, getting them involved in the life of the school, letting the pupils see that you're visible and you're involved in the life of the school, and not just the classroom, but things outside the classroom. You're there for them to go the extra mile. It could be running a club, it could be running a Star Wars club, it could be running a Harry Potter club. It could be taking them running at lunchtime if that's your thing, but bringing your own outside interests and skills into teaching and being going the extra mile for the pupils really builds positive relationships.
Definitely, that's another good point. I'm just trying to think of other ones I want to do. I think another thing is just being present in the corridors, at the door, and just greeting pupils, saying hello, asking them how they are. It's a really good way to build your relationships.
Yeah, definitely. It's that visibility again, letting them see you're involved in the life of the school.
Okay, have you got anything else? We'll add a few more.
Yeah, it kind of follows on to the extracurricular, but I think being there for pupils, and by that I mean lunch times, after schools, if they need to come to you and ask your advice on your subject, being there for them and letting them that open door policy, letting the people see that you're going the extra mile for them.
Definitely, that's really important that pupils know that you can go and you can ask them. I just think a really simple thing, but big thing is just listening to them, like actually taking them seriously as young adults and just listening to their concerns and making them the most important person at that one time.
Yep, that's really important for young people.
I think we just go for one more, and Mrs. C, if you don't mind, have you got one more tip we can share with our YouTube community?
I'm not too sure if I should share this one, but I think sometimes humour can go a long way, particularly with certain pupils. I'm not suggesting we stand up and tell jokes, but let them see that human side of you, whether it's humour or whether it's letting them know your interests, but really letting the pupils see you as a human being as well as a teacher. I think that can really build positive relationships with lots of pupils.
I don't think there's anything wrong with sharing that one at all. I think it's definitely needed.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm just going to pick out 4. So some of our strategies: getting to know the pupils, getting to know their names and their interests, owning up to your own mistakes, showing pupils that you're human, having regular routines and classroom management styles, being consistent, not having favourites, same rules for every pupil, greeting pupils in the corridor and at the door. Mr. C, do you want to share the last few?
Yeah, getting involved in the life of the school, clubs, discos, having a high visibility around the school, and being available for pupils to offer them guidance and advice at lunchtimes and after school, an open door policy, make the pupils feel interested, listened to and respected is the key word there, really respecting the pupils. If you respect them, they'll respect you. And the use of humour, teaching and learning, there should be an element of fun in learning.
Okay, thank you, Mr. C. So that's the end of our first Trusted Teacher Tips video, looking at ways to build positive relationships. We're going to make more of these videos, but we'd be keen to hear what people would be interested in. So if you get any suggestions for these type of videos, please leave a comment and subscribe in the comments. Okay, thank you, Mr. C. Thanks for joining us. I hope this is useful for new and old, I like the term old, but established teachers out there. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. B. Thanks for that.